Just kidding. All right, we're getting started here. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. And those elbows, lift that chest, step it out a little bit. Pull open and then pull in to round like a cat and a cow, but standing. Beautiful. Hands come down, cat cow with support. And then we're going to articulate for a second. So think about trying to tuck just the tiniest last little bone of your tailbone under and then stick it out. Tailbone and then out. Now move up to your sacrum, tuck your sacrum and your tailbone, and then send the tailbone, the sacrum and the tailbone up. And then move up to kind of the very top, like across from your hips, tuck under with support. Roll through your sacrum, roll through your tailbone, and then tailbone lifts up, sacrum drops down, lowest low part of your back drops. And then we're going to move to that up, the middle part of your low back. So like L3, drop it and extend it, and then pull the belly button in, press up through that spine, part of the spine, through the hips, sacrum, tailbone, and then tailbone out, sacrum, tips, hips up, belly button down. And then let's move to your ribs. So corresponding with your thoracic vertebra, round the thoracic vertebra, waistline, hips, sacrum, tailbone, and then extend tailbone, sacrum, hips, waistline, rib cage. And then between your shoulder blades, round thoracic vertebra, waistline, hips, tailbone, sacrum, tailbone, and then tailbone out. Sacrum lifts, belly button drops, waistline, ribs, shoulders, and then finally upper back, and you can drop your head or not. Round it, and then thoracic vertebra, waistline, hips, sacrum, tailbone, and then tailbone, sacrum, hips, waist, ribs, chest, shoulder blades, and upper back. Woo! And then one more time, just for the heck of it, through that fluid motion, and then inhale up nice and tall, and we're stepping up on that book. Nice little jolly step up, la-di-da, nice moving arms, motivating you. Last two. Good, you're gonna turn that into knee up. Staying on that same leg. And then we're turning that into that hamstring curl with a rowing squeeze. And then we're turning that into a leg extension, big lift, arms and legs both lift. And last time, we'll bring it down, head over to the other side, and we just start with that jaunty step up. And then we're going to turn that into our knee lift, running arms. And then we turn that into our hamstring curl rowing. And then finally into that extension. And then you can either walk behind or step up and over, however you want. Back to the first side, stepping up, Just 2 more. And then we go into that knee up for 4. So moving through it a little faster this time. And then we go into that hamstring curl with a row for 4. And then we go leg extension for 4. And then back to that tap up, just 2. 2 knees. 2 curls. 2 extensions. 1 of each. Oops, I forgot. Yep, there we go. Whoop, 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 sorry. Hee hee. And then come off and over to the other side. Hee. Sorry, I just landed on this planet. We step up for 4. And then we knee lift for 4. Curl for 4. And extension for 4. And then we have 2 taps, 2 knees, 2 curls, 2 extensions, and lastly, 1 of each, 1 tap, 1 knee, 1 curl, 1 extension. Woo! Last thing we're going to do with that warm up is we're going to do the last 3. So we're going to take away the tap up and we're going to do it fast. We're going to go knee, curl, extend. Ready? Knee, curl, extend. Ready, everybody? Knee, curl, extend. Knee, curl, extend. Just 2 more. Knee, curl, extend. Last time. Knee, curl, extend, up and over. Foot on. Last 3. Knee, curl, extend. Knee, curl, extend. Knee, curl, extend. 2 more. Knee, curl, extend. Knee, curl, extend. Woo! March it out. Nice and easy. Take a moment, let your heart rate come down just a wee bit. We're going to still be standing up. So right foot up on the book. Woo! Beautiful. All right. We're doing that lovely hip dip. So for now, I'm going to keep my left toes on the ground, but they're going to lift up in a minute. I'm going to let my right shoot hip to the right, and then I'm going to tuck it under. So it's a shoot it out, tap under. I'm going to do that with my left foot hanging out in space. You'll see the knee, or excuse me, the leg lifting. It's not lifting. It's coming up because my hips go askew, straight, right? Askew, straight, askew, straight, askew, straight. So you're not lifting up and down. You're tucking the hip under. But you have to start somewhere so that you have a place to go to tuck. You should start feeling this on the outside of that hip. Couple more. Ouch, 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 and ouch. All right, step off. Right leg over left. This should feel really good today. Right hip to the side, arm up and over, maybe even reach on a little bit of an angle. Come back up. We'll do that same thing other side. So left foot is on the book. And again, I'm going to let the hip go, tuck it under. Let it go, tuck it under. And then I'm going to do that with the right leg just hanging out in space. So it's more about letting it go and then squeezing that sucker under. Let it go, squeeze it under. Couple more. Ouch, 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 and ouch. Woo! Left over right. Hips go left, arm goes right. Ooh, reach it, maybe give a little rotation, and beautifully back up again. All right, right foot back up on that book. Left leg is hanging in space. Foot is flexed, so toes are up, heel is down. Bend the right knee until that left heel taps the ground, no weight on it. Stand up. bend and straighten, bend and straighten. No weight on that left leg, right? Don't even actually have to tap it down. This is all about that right leg, and make sure that right knee is coming forward, not off to the side. Bend and lift, bend and lift. Almost there. Woo, bring that up and over. You may have still felt that on that outer hip. Left leg up on the book, right leg hangs out in space. Left knee bends, right heel taps. But we don't push off with that heel. It's all in the left leg, nothing in the right. And relax. Woo, shake that out. Back up on the book with your right foot. Spine is tall. We're going to tap forward, no weight. Come back up. To the side, back up. To the back and up. Adding arms if you want. To the front and back. To the side and back. Long lever and up. Front, side, back and up. Front, side, back and up. Front, side, back and up. Again. Last round up, out, back, and here we are. Oh, shake that out just a little, and then lift it up on your book. Tall spine, bend the left knee till your right toes tap forward and center. Side and center. Back and center. Arms if you want. Front, side, and back. Pause. Front, side, and back. Pause. Front, side, back. Pause. Front, side, back. Pause. Front, side, back. And a little pause. Front, side, back. And last one each way. Woo! Come on off. We'll take a quick little love stretch. Right ankle crosses the left thigh. Hips send out behind you. Get that big extension. Think about what we did early in class. Try and tip the tailbone up. Rolling and extending, and then tuck it under. And then extend it out again. And then the other leg. So left ankle crosses the right thigh. Nice bend in your knee. Extend as best you can. Big stretch. Roll it under. Extend it out. And roll it under. Okay. Here comes the fun one. Yippee, little calf work. So we're going to put the left foot up on the book. And you're going to have toes follow the foot. Much of the arch on the book, but the heel and a little bit of the arch are dropping off the back. So find where that is comfortable and doesn't push into the bones of your foot. Right foot is hanging in space. Again, I'm not necessarily doing anything with my right foot. It might move. So I'm going to lower my left heel and then bring it just to the height of the book. Lower it and then just to the height of the book. Lower, just to the height of the book. One more like that. Lower, height of the book. And then I'm going to go over the book, level with the book. Over the book, level with the book. Two more over, level, last time over and level. This time heel drops, we come through center, we go above. Drop all the way, come through center, go above. And And this time we're going to come up, higher, higher, press into those toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put your right foot down, slide your left foot back enough that you can get the heel on the ground, and it'll give you a nice stretch. If you stick your booty out, you'll be kind of avoiding it, so keep that booty tucked under. Big deep stretch here. And then see if you can bend that left knee, take that deeper into your soleus muscle. And then keeping the feet how they are, just pivot the toes, left toes out, and left heel comes in, deeper stretch. And then bend that knee. And then we'll turn the toes in, heel out, and drop the heel. That's a really good one. And bend the knee. Ah, yay. Okay. This time your right foot is up on the book. Toes, ball of the foot, much of the arch, but not the heel and the back of the arch, so that you can actually get it lower than the book. Left leg hangs in space. Heel is going to drop and then come even with the book. Drop and even, drop and even, drop and even, drop and even. Then come even with the book and go higher, even, higher, even, higher, even, higher. It sounds like I'm telling you to go even higher. Last round like that, and we drop the heel, come through center, lift the heel as high as possible. Drop it, come through center, lift it up. Drop it, come through center, lift it up. Almost there. Good. Last time, roll up as high as you can, holding, holding, and then left foot comes down. Right foot slides back so that the heel can drop toward the floor to get that beautiful deep stretch on your calf. And bend that knee to see if you can take it a little deeper. And then we'll turn the toes out and the heel in, drop in that diagonal stretch. Keep the hips squared, and then bend that knee. And then you're going to turn it the other way, toe in, heel out, drop. This one feels really luscious to me. And then bend the knee. All right, beautiful. Okay. Next, we're going to take that mat in a place where your feet are going to be for 2 sets of push-ups of 2 variations. So you're going to find yourself in a wide push-up position. No, you know what? Let's get the miserable one done first. Okay. So hands are right underneath your shoulders. Elbows graze your rib cage, and we straighten up. Tricep push-up. And relax. As you sit back, you're going to do 2 things. Put the book on your heels. Put your arms out front. Bend the elbows. Hands come together. Keep the elbows as far forward as you can. And then sit your hand back onto your shoulder blades for a tricep stretch, right? So the more I walk my elbows forward, and then I drag my hips down, hands to the shoulder blades. And then we're going to do another set of push-ups, but I'm going to give you a break because I'm super swelled nice. So you're going to turn that book, not that you're going to like this any better, and sit on it. Pull those glutes out from under you so you can sit nice and high. Let's bring that left leg in. And then that right leg is going to correspond. So look and see how your left thigh is off to the side. Your right thigh is equally. So we're not here. If that Left knee is out there, that right knee is out there. So perfectly balanced. And then scoochy, scoochy, so you're on the fronts of your sit bones. And then here comes the fun thing. Lift that right leg off the ground. Oh, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, lift, flex, lift, point, bend, stretch, and flex, bend, stretch. Ow! Bet you wish you were doing push-ups. All right, slide so that your right glute drops off that book. And then you're going to try and get that knee a little bit behind you. Bring that ankle towards you. That should already feel like a stretch. Then notice if you've rolled with that back hip, check it out. Bring that right hip forward. That will help you get that deeper stretch already. Drop it, roll it forward. See how much that changes the stretch. One more time, drop it. That's us avoiding the stretch. Roll it forward. That's us enjoying the stretch. Left arm out to the side. Bend the elbow. Ooh, drop it down. Right arm up. If you want, open a little bit toward the back of the room. And then let's reverse that. This time, ribs are going to close toward the hip, and that should bring it a bit more toward the top of your thigh. And then press up. We have another side. Yippee! Right? You could be doing push-ups. All right, so you will be. All right, so right leg is in this time. Left leg off to the side. Sitting tall. Abs in. Lift the leg off the ground. Point and flex, point and flex. And then point lift. Flex lift. Point bend stretch. Flex bend stretch. Ah, whew. Those are just something, weren't they? Left hip is off the book, right hip is on. Tuck that knee further back than your hip. Tuck that ankle near you. You'll notice you may have dropped back, so roll the hips towards you. And then drop back, roll the hip forwards. Feel that beautiful stretch come down that leg. Drop again and roll it forward, and then slide into that stretch. Arm up, maybe lift to the back of the room. And then as you come back, rib and hip tuck closer together. Feel that deeper stretch. Okay, next set of push-ups. This is the easy version because we're going to go that wide stance. You don't have to have your toes on the book. It just adds an element of lifting that body, lower body up a little bit, increasing our moment arm. So as you are ready, tuck those toes into that book, wide stance. Find your beautiful push-up position, and there you go. And relax. Once again, we're going to get that same tricep stretch that we got a minute ago. Elbows way out in front of you. Bend the arms, bring them back. Walk the elbows forward, scoot the hips back. And then as you come up, let's do a little undulation forward and back. And then you're going to see if you can get your book to rest on your sacrum and tailbone area. This is just going to give you that feedback that you're not moving too much through there. And then straighten out your right leg, extend it. And then we're just going to tap and lift that right leg for now. If I go too high, I'm going to tip my hips and that book is going to fall and scare my cat. Try the same thing with the foot flex. Try the same thing with your left arm. Pointing the toe for 4. And flexing through the heel for 4. And then final challenge is put that hand back down for now, bend the knee, flex through the heel, and push up. Again, you don't want to go so high that you slide that book off your spine. Come on down. Put that book where you can sit on it with the leg you just worked, that right leg. Spin that leg. Other leg can be wherever. You can bring it off to the side. You can have it tucked in. But we're going to scoot to the front of the book, right? So it's probably easier to have the spine of the book here so that you can tip a little bit toward that leg that you just worked, that right leg. So we're not rounding, we're extending, maybe a bit knee position, extending and reaching, and then if you're able, you straighten out that leg. Right, and we get to do the other one. So once again, find your neutral spine. So it's neither cat nor cow, tailbone is long, hands right underneath you, extend that left leg, point the toe, give me a little lift. Flex through the heel. Head the right arm if you want, toes pointed. And foot flex. And then bend the knee, point the toe or flex through the heel. And relax. Woo! Again, sit with the spine of the book toward the front. Leg that you just worked is extended and scoot toward the front of that book so it tips you just a little bit. Rotate toward that foot and reach. And we lift up. All right. We are pivoting over onto our back. Bring that book right above you. Palms underneath it. Shoulders, we're just going to do a little shoulder retraction. Nod the head yes, lengthen out the back of the neck. Lift and lower. Think about the outside edges of your shoulder. Last two. Last one. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Pull your ribs down towards your hips. Arms reach up overhead on the inhale. Holding those ribs flat. Exhale back to center. Inhale up and over. Exhale back to center. One more like that. Inhale up and over. Exhale back to center. Continue with that, or we're going to go into single arm. So now the book is just in my left hand. Right hand is across the ribs so that I'll know if they're lifting and lowering, especially on that left side. Deep breath in. As the arm goes overhead, pull those ribs nice and flat. And straight back up. Inhale up and over. Exhale above you. Try and keep that shoulder blade on the ground so just the movement is in the shoulder joint itself. If you have shoulder issues, feel free to do it out on a little bit of an angle. And then we're going to add that tricep to it. So bend the elbow when it's overhead, straighten it and bring it up. Up and over, bend, straighten and up. Up and over, bend, straighten and up. Up and over, bend, straighten and up. Two more. Up and over, bend, straighten and up. Up and over, bend, straighten and up. And then up and over, bend and straight, 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 relax. Woo! Turn those fingers towards you, bend the elbow towards the sky. Play with where you need that hand to be to feel a tricep stretch, please. And then book in your right hand, left hand across your ribs, up and over you go, and then back up on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. Adding that tricep, bend, straighten, and up and over, bend, straighten, and up. And then let's just go up and over, bend and straighten. Woo, fingertips towards you. Press that elbow to the sky. Find that spot that you feel your most stretch. All right, and then focus on the rib cage or maybe down on your low abs, or if it'll reach lengthwise, you do both. Fingertips on that book, deep breath in, exhale, sink so that the ribs sink down towards the floor and the abs pull in. And then without hitting the book with your thighs, lift your thighs, tabletop. Let's leave those arms open, palms up, back of the neck long, toe touch exercise, one at a time. A leg moves away from your body, maybe 2 counts away, 4 counts back. It has nothing to do with the legs. They're just levers creating resistance. And you keep your abs as strong and tight as possible throughout this. Your ribs and your abs stay flat. Your low back doesn't lift and lower from the ground. It stays the same distance. If you want, you can make it a heel touch for a little extra challenge, or you can glue your knees together, double leg toe touch, or double leg heel flex. And you can create a wide lever, toes apart, knees apart. Then we're going to take a quick break. Put that book on top of your shins, hug them in. Low back stretch. Now you can either go back to any one of those, or if you want the next level of challenge, you're going to put the book at your knees, minus knees to shins, abs in, ribs flat, arms out, head nod chest, deep breath in. Exhale, belly button staples to the spine as the legs slowly move away. You may or may not touch the ground. You can point, you can flex, you can point on the way down, flex on the way back up. But now you have both legs and you have the weight of the book. All right, let's take a break. Let that book stay under your right hand for a second, knees together, slow rock side to side. Then legs lift into tabletop. Knees are going to drop to the left and then come back to center. Just 3 more like that, left and center, 2 more left and center, last time left and center. And the knees are going to go right and center. And then here comes the big challenge. That book goes between your knees. Arms out, knees go left and center, and then right and center. Back to center through the left, center it right. Make sure you see your toes, they're not dropping down. Obviously, the knees have to stay together or you'll drop your book onto yourself. And take a break. Ooh, that should have been a good one. Shin, book on shins, take a break. And then roll over, facing me. Stack those knees, arm underneath your ear, book on top of your top leg, waistline lifted, everything else is stacked. Heels together, toes apart, pivot open. I'm just holding my book down against my thigh. A little extra resistance for your clam. And then this time, let's lift those legs in the air and pivot open. And relax. Oh, that might have been quite a bit of love on that top hip. Give it some massaging or tapping, and then bring yourself up and over to the other side. Once again, knees are stacked, hips are stacked, book is on that top leg, arm right underneath your ear, waistline lifted, heels together, toes apart, pivot open. And then knees down, heels in the air, and here we go. And relax. Ooh, give that hip some love, massage, tapping. We're going to come up on the same side. We're going to put that book down at our feet for our side plank. We're going to line ourselves up so that our shoulder is kind of bisecting the center of that book. Push the shoulder back, press it down, create space between your ear and shoulder, and then engage those lats. Bottom foot on the book, top leg can either go in front or on top. Press into your bottom arm to lift yourself up. Hips have to be higher than usual because you're on that book. So we're just going to hold this. Again, we've increased our moment arm, so we've created a little more challenge for the side plank here. Make sure you're nice and lined up. Usually my hips are back and my chest is forward, so I'm going to think about pushing my hips forward. And whenever you are ready, don't let me rush you. Come on down. I said don't let me rush you. All right, other side. Shoulder is basically lined up with the center of the book. We push it back. We lift up out of it. Engage space between your ear and shoulder and the lats. Bottom foot goes on, top leg either in front or stacked. And then we lift. And those hips have to be a little higher. Maybe they press forward, chest is open. And here we are. Now, all we're going to do is pivot, if possible, so that your toes end up on that book. Hands are apart. We're not tripod, we're skis. Head in line, and now we're in that forward plank. Press through the heels, thighs are lifted, abs are in, tailbone is slightly tucked. Head in line with your spine, shoulders nice and broad. Keep breathing. And relax. Woo, go back to the beginning of class when we use that book to get a little extra stretch space, if you like, behind your knees as you sit back. Your arms can be out front or by your sides. You can give yourself a little foot massage if you want. And then let's drag ourselves forward and back, cow and cat. And then all we're going to do is keep that cow cat, but we're going to stagger a little bit. Right hand forward, right knee forward. And then let's stagger the opposite way, left hand and left knee forward. All right. And we're going to stretch it out. So spin all the way over onto your spine for me, please. And the book is coming behind your right hamstring. And as I've mentioned before, sometimes if you can get the edge of the book against your calf muscle and your hamstring, then if you put your hands on front of your shin, you might get just a little bit, and you can play with which edge of the book works better. Get a little bit of a trigger point massage there. Knee comes in, and we move it over to the right. Left leg can drop to the left. So a little diagonal stretch, a little inner thigh love here. And maybe move through that right ankle while you're here. And then we'll bring all that to center, and we'll slide the book now behind the knee so it can push that hamstring down so that the rib and the thigh connect. And then we'll flip it without compressing the ligaments behind your knee so that the shin goes perpendicular to the ground. So pretty intense hamstring stretch. If you want to intensify it even more, that book goes on your foot. And now you can either hold here or you can pull those toes back and then press them up. And then the big challenge is how much could you straighten that leg? Don't hurt yourselves. Then move the book to the back of the hamstring, grab hold, flex through the right heel, let it move away, straighten the left leg, flex through that heel. And then I'm going to use my arms to pull the leg forward, but then I'm going to use my leg to push the arms away. I'm going to pull and then I'm going to push. And then I'm doing both at the same time. So a little facilitated stretch here. And then as I release that, maybe that leg will get a little extra movement. And then I'm going to bring that leg down and see if the right side might hopefully feel more open. Hip flexor flatter, more open, low back closer to the ground. And we'll bend both knees again and put the book behind the right. Once again, if you want, put that edge up against both your belly of your hamstring and your calf. So you get a little compression there. And you can let legs open in opposite directions. Bring that back through center, slide the book so that you can press your hamstring down with the hands helping on the edges of the book, and then maybe flip the book so that your shin is perpendicular with the ground. And then the final option, of course, is that book at your foot. Whether you have the book there or not, I forgot to do the movement through the foot, so maybe rotate. And then can you straighten that leg a little bit? And then book behind the hamstring, flex through the heel, move the leg away, straighten the right leg, flex through that heel. Use the arms to pull the leg, use the leg to push away. Arms pull in, leg presses away, both at the same time. And relax. Well, hopefully those both feel good now. Let's just move the book over to the right for a moment. Bend both knees, and as you do so, cross that right ankle over the left thigh, push it open. Reach around, grab your hamstring or your shin, and hug in. Maybe move those knees a little to the left and in to deepen the stretch. And then if you'd like, cross that right knee all the way over the left. Big hug in. Drop the left foot on the ground. And then option for a little assistance, put the book on your right hand to help keep your right shoulder down as the knees twist to the left. Left elbow pushes everything back through center, uncross. And we'll cross right over left over right, book goes to the left. Thread your needle, grabbing the hamstring or the shin, hugging it in, and a little to the right to deepen the stretch. The more my elbows bend, the more I'm going to feel that. A little bit movement to the right, I'll feel that more. And then left knee all the way over, hug in, and over. And again, you can leave your legs here, get that nice hip stretch, or you can slide your left hand under the book and let your knees drop to the right. Big twist. And back up through center. Take a moment here, take a little rock side to side, roll to either side, and bring yourself to your hands and knees. And now let's undulate that cow-cat, so both hands out forward. Think about what you did at the beginning of class. Take a moment down to your elbows. Tip that tailbone up as far as it'll go. Arch the spine as much as possible. Hold here for a moment, and then tuck, 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 round, 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 and extend, 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 and round, round, round. And then lift the elbows up. Do that movement with undulation forward and back. then hands come right underneath you. Find a neutral spine. So abs are in, but tailbone is long. Ribs are in, but shoulders are broad. Tuck your toes. Start here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then press it out. Feel free to pedal out those heels. Mosey your way back. Bend your knees a whole bunch. Hands on your thighs. Take a slow cat and cow. And big deep breath in. And we curtsy. And curtsy. And thank you.